Hello everyone, hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Welcome to the start of another amazing week. Today's video I think is going to be a little different than what I regularly do. It's going to be a narrative, it's going to be an op-ed, but it's going to be something a little more serious, something that's going on currently here in my country. You know, I really don't get involved in any kind of politics, religion, or any of those type of hot button topics here on this channel. But this particular topic I think is well worth addressing. It's a problem that's kind of unique to my country, but actually not unique to anywhere in the world. And I just thought I'd take a few minutes today to address this and really reach out to my fellow American citizens, because we really need to get a handle on this particular problem. And I believe we need to have level-headed thinking and not knee-jerk reaction thinking, because nothing good ever comes of that. Panic ensues and decisions are made hastily that affect everyone forever, that just aren't productive in the long run. What I'm talking about, many of you won't know about, is here in America we seem to have an epidemic of mass shootings. In the last 2 days, over the past weekend, we've had two actually very big mass shootings, and a week before we had one. And actually when I saw the statistics for the year, it made me feel as though I probably should address this matter, at least use the voice that I have to reach out to other Americans and hopefully others around the world to help bring understanding to this current problem. You see, they believe that the answer will be monstrous gun regulation, which I am not opposed to if it actually would affect a real change. But the sad fact is, gun control alone won't make any difference whatsoever. So I'd have to be opposed to that at the moment until they could show a clear-cut way that it would make a difference. I'm actually a gun proponent. I believe that a more well-armed, more responsible citizenship would bring a quicker end to this dilemma, but many of my fellow Americans don't feel the same way, so therefore it's not an intelligent narrative to go after. So I thought maybe we could meet here on the field of discussion and find out what we could possibly work together towards an answer. See, there's been 254 mass shootings in the past 8 months only here in the United States. That eclipses our number total for the year before, and is about 4 times the number of the year before that. So it is definitely escalating. One of the matters that we never addressed, but we do address here on this channel, is mental health. I believe a lot, if not almost all, of the people involved in these mass shootings suffer from detectable mental health problems and were ignored, or even in worse cases, just completely disavowed as though they had no mental illness, or they were told to suck it up, because you'll see the majority of people involved are men, and men's health issues in my country are massively overlooked. So here we are, 8 months into the year, 254 mass shootings, total of 36 dead over this previous weekend, 19 in El Paso, and 16 or 17, I'm sorry, in Ohio yesterday. The Ohio shooter was stopped within 30 seconds of starting to shoot. The police happened to be called and were responded in less than a minute because they happened to be nearby on another function. Otherwise, the death toll in that particular incident would have probably been astronomical. So I have to wonder, is this enough now for everyone to reach out to their congressmen and senators, to speak with their doctors and family members about the current status of mental health, to perhaps go to the school of their children and ask their children's teachers and mentors to address this problem, to have serious discussion with the children about mental health, how important it is to be open and honest, to not chastise them when they come forward, and not to tell male members of society that it's their job to suck it up, that they need to be better men, to not shame them into silence, because only silent for so long. In the male ego, we're very good at being quiet and sucking it up until we ultimately snap and do something totally impulsive, like shooting and killing and stabbing and running people over. See, guns, if you could take all the guns away and it would end it tomorrow, I'd say yes, even though guns are one of our inherent freedoms, one of our rights. But if it would save lives, I'd say yes, because I'm a responsible gun owner, not a maniac. But it's been proven already. Many countries like China, New Zealand, Australia, they have monstrously strict gun laws, if not totally banned firearms in their countries, and they still have mass killings by people with grudges against other sects of society due to race, color, or religion. That absurdity, sexual orientation, ridiculous reasons. Then you have those that are truly ill, that suffer from uncontrollable mental illness, dual personalities, bipolar disorders, schizophrenias of all kinds, that are just handed medications and allowed to roam around on their own, hoping that they're being compliant when 99.9% of the time, over 50% of them are not. That's a large number of people non-compliant running around in a dangerous state in every country. We've seen in China and France and Spain where guns are illegal to own. They just rent cars, or they get machetes, or they buy a knife, or they actually, in this day and age, manufacture a firearm themselves. You can 3D print a firearm today. So a person that wants a gun most definitely gets a gun and is able to utilize that gun in any way, shape, or form they please. And if they want to kill crowds at an event, well, they just roll through with a car or a truck, and they load it up with 15, 20, 30 gallons of gasoline and detonate that. So, firearm regulation alone will definitely not be the answer to this question. Unfortunately, in this country, there are 329 million residents, and somewhere they estimate around 375 million guns. So you couldn't collect them all, even if you wanted to. Everyone's not turning them in. People could 3D print them. So heavier gun regulation, I'll sign on if it'll help. I'm willing to listen. I'm very open-minded about all of that. But I really believe the discussion now needs to turn towards better education, much higher level of a mental awareness. If you have a family member that you think is kind of eccentric, don't fool yourself. Really question whether they're a danger to themselves and others. They're eccentric today and they're shooting up crowds tomorrow. You don't want to be that rat. You don't want to be that neighbor that calls the police. But if you have a neighbor that's stockpiling arms or buying a lot of gasoline and just storing it for no reason, or constantly shopping and bringing home ammo or new guns on a regular basis, I'm not saying everybody's doing something wrong, but we'll definitely keep an eye on them and pass the word along to Homeland Security or your local police department or the FBI. They're there for us, people, not when we're looking to be arrested or to investigate us when we're doing something wrong. They're actually there to help us when we suspect perhaps there's something wrong with one of our neighbors. And speak to people, speak to your family members, ask them if everything's all right. Make sure they're feeling good and they're not feeling violent tendencies or looking to hurt somebody. All of a sudden they bought a gun, they've never owned a gun. Kind of suspicious, It's called love for everyone. Your neighbor, your relative, your fellow man. We need to start spreading this love around. That concern, that lack of concern has been killing us, literally. More concern will save us, definitely. Education and admittance. And let's stop shaming people. They're sick, they need our help. We should be more sympathetic. So I think that's where I'll end this today. It's about to pour, and I think I don't want to get preachy. But let me know how you feel in the comments down below. Any mass shootings in your country? Mental health not being addressed? It's time. I don't think I'll really ask for anything today. It's a little bit too serious. All I want to say is, if you need any help, I'm here. Reach out to me. If you're having evil thoughts or you just need a friend, You know, if you look in the Kylie PL9 profile, I have contact information, my email address. I answer everyone's emails. Reach out to me for help. I'm more than happy to help you. I'll be your friend. I won't tell on you. I'll help you get the help you want and need. But just want to let y'all know, love y'all. See y'all in the next one.